Hello and welcome to the Death Battle Cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle, or at least most of us. One of us is missing. And more, including the current season of Red vs. Blue, which is crazy. We're definitely talking about that today. I'm Ben, the voice of Wiz. I'm joined by Noel Wiggins.
Hey
Noel.
everyone, I'm Noel. I get to play the voice of Raymond. I'm a writer, producer, co-director on Red vs. Blue Zero, out on Mondays, 10 a.m. on theroosterteeth.com. Please check it out.
Wow, almost like it's rehearsed.
Boom.
You got it down.
Boom, he's ready.
And of course, Josh, who's writing Death Battle and a big part of Red vs. Blue Zero.
Yep. Where the worlds collide.
Yes.
That's where I live in the Venn diagram of Death Battle and Red vs. Blue.
Kind of all over the place. Plus ours all earlier this year as well, like all over the place. And Chad will be joining us in just a little bit. If you tuned in a little earlier before Death Battle Cast started, you might have seen him get messed up. Kaden screwed him up.
He's turned into a chair now. He's turned into
No, he's dealing with some hot sauce issues, I guess. So man, that guy cannot deal with spice, and that's exactly why he keeps doing this shit to himself. But
I think he would be getting better at it, building some sort of immunity, but it doesn't appear to be the case.
No, but then the kids wouldn't be as happy about it because we need him to be vulnerable so that he can do this crap, so that you guys can donate, as you see in the corner there, at donate.roosterteeth.com for Extra Life, which is going on, which is awesome. Already raised over 200,000, which is
it's amazing.
Super neat. Even with, especially considering things are so much different this year for obvious reasons, it's still cool to see everybody's willing to, and despite the financial trouble that I'm sure so many people are in, people are still willing to donate and help people who really, really, really need it. And all of us at Rooster Teeth cannot thank you enough for that. But we also have a Death Battle to talk about. We are Death Battle Cast, after all. And this one is a weird one in some ways. It's definitely different in that the reason why we're doing it, the backstory behind it, is very different from a typical episode of Death Battle. This is specifically the episode that is coming up next week is Red vs. Blue. Not Red vs. Blue Zero, just Red vs. Blue Death Battle. I don't know if that's going to be confusing to anybody, but I hope not. It does feature different characters. RVB Zero has some incredible original characters that these guys in Torian have been working very hard with a bunch of awesome, talented people to develop and build up for this this new season. Whereas this Death Battle, well, I've talked about how Death Battle is kind of a celebration of characters. I think, I don't know if you guys necessarily agree with that. But that's how I tend to look at Death Battle, right? We are celebrating characters and their history and what they can do and whatnot. And that's very much what this RVB Death Battle is about as well. Hey, Chad.
Welcome back.
How you feeling,
I gotta do
buddy?
something real quick. Solo Cammy Brian and get that lower third ready. Because this episode of Death Battle Cast is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Protect your online privacy today by heading to expressvpn.com/RTTV. We definitely did this at the beginning of the show and not a little bit into it. Back to the show.
You had that down though before the lower third even came up.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Hey, welcome to the Death Battle Cast.
I had my headphones on so I could hear you guys, and then I'm like, if there's anything else, and I'm like, I just start slacking Brian. No, don't go live. That's like EVPN. And then oh, we got it.
Yeah.
Hi,
it's
everybody.
fine, right? It's
What
fine.
is that, man?
You feeling okay?
I'm like, my whole body is like vibrating. I've transcended time and space.
You're in the future now.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I got the pepper high right now. I tell you what, that was.
Here's a little pro tip. Next time, use buttermilk, but don't drink it, but just swish it in your mouth. It's thicker than regular milk, and it'll take it right out. Supposedly, I learned this from Alton Brown on the YouTube somewhere. So
Well, that's
but
cool
try
because
that- yeah.
you know you might be a part of something
I am.
this Extra Life marathon that will require you to test that out, huh?
I'm so worried. I'm looking at you right now, and I'm deathly afraid because I'm gonna do so much worse than you. I'm gonna
You gotta
do
pick
so
up that
much.
buttermilk.
I don't think you can do worse than the beginning. The spoonful of hot sauce that made me projectile vomit immediately this morning.
I'll say
That's
this.
how I started my day, y'all.
I'll say
I
this:
started
the
my
idea
day-
of a jalapeno worries me. The idea
Same.
of it worries
Same.
The concept.
The concept.
Not even like the image of it, just like or the word, just the general concept that such a thing exists.
That is it. That's
Sorry,
it.
it's only I just
Ooh, you had the burp.
I had a burp, but
It's coming back
it got me. For the kids.
Oh, no.
for the kids.
God. I'm gonna be in a weird space this episode.
Great.
Fair warning for all y'all.
Well, Death Metal Cast is kind of the shitpost show of Rooster Teeth, or one of them. So we can do whatever the hell you want.
There we go. Oh, people are asking questions like, "What did I do?" So this, I'm gonna do the whole Extra Life spiel. Now's a good time. So if you don't know what Extra Life is a kind of the gaming facing portion of the Children's Miracle Network, and they do things all across the globe, having gamers do 24-hour marathons or things like that, playing video games to raise money for charity. Well, Rooster Teeth's been involved for the past 8 years, I believe, and ours is a little different. Whereas most other people play video games and they have some fun wacky challenges, our thing has morphed into there's really not even a place where we play video games anymore, and it's just a variety show nightmare of entertainment for you guys to raise money for sick children. Specifically, most of our donations go towards the Dell Children's Hospital here in Austin, Texas. So this year it's 2020. 2020 sucks. Everything's crazy. And so Extra Life's gonna look a little different this year. And so instead of a 24-hour marathon, we did on last Saturday we did our 12-hour community stream. So for 12 hours we highlighted community members that were raising money, and that's where actually a bunch of this total that you see right here came from. Then starting this this past Monday, we kicked off Extra Life Week, where all of the normal RTTV programming that you can watch live at roosterteeth.com/live is brought to you kind of by Extra Life, as well as ExpressVPN. And I have asked people to, if they can find ways to make it special or Extra Life themed, or also use their segments to do things that are kind of staples of Extra Life. We should do that. And I almost didn't message Kaden. I almost didn't, because I knew exactly what she was gonna do. I knew it, and then I still was just like, "Hey, Kaden, I'm gonna send we're gonna stay zen coming out. So if you think of anything special, it's really Extra Lifey to let you know." And then she immediately responded with, "Yeah, you want to come on the show and eat spicy things with me?" And I was just like, "Damn it!" I was like, I almost didn't send this because I knew you were gonna make me do that.
Not very.
So
zen.
I did. I went on her show Stay Zen, which airs right before Death Metal Cast, and we raised a few $100s, which was great. And we went back and forth on the amount, but I had to eat. It's called Extreme Regret hot sauce, aptly named.
Josh brought up a good point. Did you stay zen, or how zen were you?
I told you, I had a point where my whole body felt like it was vibrating, I was about to transcend my body. So
you were in the space
got pretty
force.
good.
It was great for
Close.
Kaden. She was having a blast. And again, that woman's superpower is that she cannot feel spice. She says she feels it, but I don't believe her, because I've seen her eat every spicy thing under the planet and not a single tear, not a reaction.
Oof.
I don't get it. Anyway, so that's why I look like hell.
Oh my god!
But mark your calendars for the 14th.
For the kids.
Yeah. So on the 14th, we have our 12-hour marathon, where it's going to still be a little different this year, but we're trying to make it as similar as we can. So myself, Jack, Katie, Chelsea will be in studio. We have a couple in studio segments, but most of the stuff's going to be from home. But just so you know, if that freaks you out because we're going to be in studio, don't worry. We're working with a team that is basically a disaster relief team. These guys are insane for the type of situations that they can and have been covering. So they have a whole COVID plan. We're following state, local, and company guidelines to make sure that we are safe. Everyone who is on set in any way, shape, or form will have to have received a negative COVID test. And we got a lot of great measures in place. So mark your calendars. Oh, my stomach hurts. Extra Life. We raise money for sick children. Just go watch it. You'll have fun. You don't have to donate. If you do, that's great. And anything helps. Like, you'd be surprised how many dollar donations we get and what that adds up to. So if you can, that's donate.roosterteeth.com. If not, just hang out with us, spread the word on social media. Maybe we'll bring somebody in who will donate. And again, that stuff can really add up. So thank you. This has been my Extra Life spiel.
It's for the kids. For the kids.
Extra Life. Watch me get hurt.
Watch him hopefully survive.
Yeah.
God, just listening to you talk about that is like my heartburn is kicking in, and I haven't even touched hot sauce in like 48 hours or something like that. Jeez.
Here you go, Ben. You want one of these?
Ooh.
Nope.
I have not done that.
Nope. Right, it's just like an individual chip, right?
Yeah.
It's super spicy. Oh,
That is blacker than Satan's heart.
I've never had one of those.
Me neither.
I don't know if I should have said that. I probably should not have said that.
When Torian and a Lady in the Tramp it with Nick,
Oh my gosh.
he lost control of his legs. That's what I remember. He's just like zigzagging everywhere until he fell down.
Yeah, Torian was on the ground for quite a while after.
Those motor functions. They're out.
Oh, buddy.
God.
I've got like people like, hope you get better, Chad. It's just like, I'm okay, guys. I'll be fine. Just some
Are
spicy
you?
stuff. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
My stomach just hurts a little bit, and when I burp, I get another wave of it, and it makes.
You're just getting ready for Saturday. That's it.
Yeah,
Well, make sure to pick up some of that buttermilk, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah. I should add that to the list.
Hopefully it works.
I think that or half and half works because I think that's half milk to some degree. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna use buttermilk. That's my game plan.
Great. It's so funny because I was talking with her about that segment, and I was like, if you need any help casting, let me know. And then I was like, and I'm not gonna lie, it's my fault. I immediately was like, we should get Noel because I know he's gonna react really well. I was like, and it's perfect because he's got to roll an RVP 0. So
It's for the kids. For the kids.
For the
That's it.
kids.
No.
What do you think Listerine would do
Oh.
to help with some spice? Do you think that's worse? Do you think that's much worse or better? Because
I think it's much worse because it has alcohol. Alcohol is, well, I guess a lot of them are alcohol free now.
Yeah.
That scares me. Anything sweet and sugary like really makes it worse. So
And then you're drinking that Dr. Pepper over there.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I just hit my point, dude. I've already like switched a lot of it, but yeah, I don't know. I really was thirsty and I didn't get water.
yes, the thing that quenches thirst and horrible spiciness. Acidic soda. Perfect.
That's it. You know what? You're already there. You might as well go big or go home. That's
You
it.
got milk right there, right?
Yeah, which did you like? Would you like the one that has now become lukewarm, or would you like my spit cup where I was spitting the milk back
Oh my
because
God.
I'm lactose
How do you know
intolerant?
which is which?
Oh, double whammy. Lactose intolerant.
You will notice, Josh, that this is not my first rodeo. That's why there are 2 different types of glasses, so that I don't accidentally mix those up.
And are they 2 different colors
God,
too?
no.
Like
Yes,
did you
they
color
are.
code them?
I am not making that mistake.
I'm surprised you didn't make labels for them.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You know what? Oh God, I have so much to do today too. I just
And this
That's
is
a
the
real
I'm
moment
in a state.
when
Actually, I have to go. get my
regretted
COVID
everything.
test today because I'll actually be in studio setting up tomorrow.
Mm.
So I have a brief window after this where I got to go get my brain poked, and then I've got meetings for the rest of the day. It's gonna be weird.
Ben,
It's
have
gonna be a
you
weird
gotten
day.
your brain poked at all this year?
I did. I did it for the holiday short, which will be coming out
Uh-huh.
sometime soonish.
And Noel has had it.
I did mine, and I thought because they told me they're like, look, either your nose is gonna run or you're gonna get teary eyed, and I thought I could do it. I was like, nah, I got this. But then the moment it went in, I was just like instant. Like I do a thing to where only one eye cries, but this one was just going. It was
Single
going so.
tear.
And I was like, oh god, and like. I mean, it has to be done. This is the time, but yeah, it certainly wasn't fun at all. But yeah. So please be safe out there, everyone. Stay safe, wear a mask, and all that jazz. And yeah. Who hasn't had their brain swabbed in this room right here?
I'm not.
I've not either.
It's
I mean, it's like 'cause a lot of people are freaked out by it, but it's like, is it pleasant? No, but it's like it's not that bad. Like it gets to the point where it's like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable, and just for like one very brief moment, you're like, like, it's like, then it's done. It's like right as you get to that last level, and then it's just over. So,
but I've heard that there are different tests, and there's one that is like it's up the brain, and then they count to 10 pretty slowly. Like that seems cruel.
God no.
So like, which one? How do you know which one you're gonna get? Oh no.
So the ones that our compliance team uses, they go, and that's the other thing. That was the thing that freaked me out too the first time, because it was like, she comes up, she's like, okay, so here's the swab, and it's like a foot long, and I'm just like,
yep.
But then luckily before I even asked, she was just like, but I'm only gonna go up to about here, and I'm like, oh, thank Christ. And so once they get there, get right in the spot, and they do a little swoop-dee and then out. So,
but it is like a wand. It is like literally you can cast the spell right after that thing. Regalo Leviosa, like right after that. But and but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm trying to just think back to I think it's one of those things where, or I don't know, maybe it is. I don't think you can get used to it. Like maybe that's what I'm thinking. Like you can't have one where it's just like and you're done. Like it makes me think like if King Tut could feel what it felt like when they took his brain out of his nose after he died. I'm wondering if that's kind of like the similar feeling. I don't know. You don't remember like in like elementary school they
mummification?
They talk about
hook.
the mummies and they have the brain hook. I'm just like, is that what it feels like? I don't know. That's where I went the moment it went in my nose. But the funny thing is they tell you like if
cough
they're
or like smile.
Yeah,
smile.
cough or smile because I guess it helps. And then like I knew I needed to do that because like I forgot her name and I apologize, but she was a super sweet lady. But she was just like, all right, here it goes. And as it went in my nose, she's like, oh, you're going to need a smile. And I thought I was smiling like a normal human, like a regular. But no, it was like me going like that. So it went. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's enough. That's enough.
This is what that lady got to see. I was like,
Did you look at her in the eyes? Don't do that.
yeah, you got to maintain direct eye contact.
Just so they're so uncomfortable, they might slip up. That's exactly what you want.
Well, they'll get to see it if they tune into Extra Life because they asked us to film it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, perfect. Great.
I'm gonna be like, all right, like selfie this, and just like, hey, and like, and yeah.
Are there donations to get extra brain swabs? Like
no, those things are expensive, dude.
That's true. That's true.
I have to pay for all these. I mean, sorry. Well, Extra Life does, and I run the budget. So
it would be a pretty funny one on the wheel, though. Gotta get tested.
Shit. Like, it has to be like our team can turn it around pretty fast.
Has to be
too,
double
so we actually get the result. It's like that sounds like it's like a funny thing until it like ultimately backfires. Could you imagine if we got like a false positive, you know, and it's just like,
oh no,
so everyone's been fine, and then they're just like, hey, no, but like really, like get the fuck out of here. Like, everyone needs to
like, leave now.
To be done.
Jeez. Oh my god! All right. So
and that's why we have a preview for Red versus Blue Death Battle, right, Ben?
Yes. Okay. Pulling it back. That was fun. We have the Red vs. Blue Death Battles coming out in less than a week, and we have a sneak peek to share with you guys. So let's go ahead, roll that clip.
Okay, why did we bring the flag out here?
Because it's supposed to rain today. You have to remember to take your flag outside when it rains.
None of that is right. What's a flag got to do with rain? Wait, do you think the flag is an umbrella? Caboose, have you ever seen an umbrella before? Hey, yoink.
Suck on that, Blue! Yeah, suck it, Blue!
This'll stop them.
Hey, dumbass! The teleporter never worked! Now come on, let's... Wait, where's Caboose? Great work for that fake weather report, boys! That's the kind of fake news I like!
What fake weather report?
It's no Sheila. The only good red is a red in bed.
Griff, quit your staring and get to stepping! On the gas, pronto!
Yeah, I know.
Sheila, look out for that rock. Oh no, there's another one. Who put all these rocks out here?
Watch out! It just came, men! Stick around and hit from behind, just like John Wayne would have done.
No way! Those caves are amazing!
Move over, numbnut!
Hey! Don't leave me out here!
Simmons, here's the plan. We're going to use the Warthog as a battering ram, striking their rear engine, which will rupture and cause the tank to self-destruct in a glorious explosion!
Excellent plan, sir. Except for, well, all of it. You know, maybe...
Oh, that's a bigger clip than I thought! Oh!
See, this fall, as you get back into the swing of things, Bespoke Post has brand new seasonal boxes of awesomeness just for y'all, guaranteed to upgrade your life. So if you don't know about Box Awesome or Bespoke Post, they have like a ton of monthly boxes that you can subscribe to that have all sorts of dope stuff, from like kitchenware and cocktail stuff to like camping gear and adventure and jargony stuff and just all sorts of cool stuff. I got one that was full of ties because I had a wedding coming up and the tie came in super clutch and it was awesome. So they really have a whole bunch of stuff you can take a look at. Cannot recommend cocktail boxes enough. But yeah, boxofawesome.com. And you can get started today. You can take a quiz at boxofawesome.com and your answers will help them just like, whittle down. It's like, okay, you'll probably be interested in these boxes and this kind of stuff to, should help you narrow down to the category you might really enjoy. And they also release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories, and it's free to sign up, free to skip, and cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45, but it contains over $70 worth of gear inside, so it's good value. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code BATTLECAST at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com and the code BATTLECAST for 20% off your first box. Go check it out.
What a cliffhanger.
I'm out. But hey,
sorry,
yeah.
Ben, I didn't mean to make you flip.
That was
Speaking
awesome.
of flips,
Yeah, exactly.
Torian, of course, was animation director for this episode of Death Battle, as he is also directing Red vs. Blue Zero. And there's definitely some similarities, I think, you'll find in how it was animated and the use of Unreal Engine, which is really neat. Sort of exploring how to mix the machinima style with this new animated, all these new animation tools. Josh, you were a big part of this episode, obviously, but also using it as sort of a lead-in to RVB Zero. How was that process for you?
It was great. It was really awesome because we were working on this Death Battle script in the middle of writing the RVB Zero scripts. So it was nice to kind of get this crash course refresh with the Red versus Blue world and the original characters and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was just a nice way to ease into the transition. And then this episode was like such a perfect way to kind of like R&D some of the stuff we wanted to try in RVB Zero. Like, I remember working with this fight script with Torian, and it was kind of like, what kind of stuff do you want to see us try to do? And so like it's a great, like in this clip, you can see them kind of running around and doing like this cool car chase thing. And obviously for those of you who have seen episode 1 on the site available right now, go check it out. There's a cool car sequence in that. So it's like, it was a nice way to kind of like test things out for both shows and kind of use this opportunity to like, it's just the perfect synergy. Like I was saying earlier, the Venn diagram of Death Battle and RVB Zero.
When we were doing the commentary for this, I think I love Ben kept mentioning that this fight has no business being as cool as it is. Like,
yeah, it's like you think of Red versus Blue as a death battle because if we explained it obviously in the episode, but if you're looking at this and thinking like, what the hell, what's going on with this matchup? The idea is what would have happened if in season 1, essentially, of Red versus Blue, they had actually fought the war that they were supposed to be fighting, and they weren't just dicking around the whole time. That's basically the general concept for this episode. That's why it uses the characters, the cast from the first season specifically. Plenty of other characters, obviously exist like Doc and Sister, but we wanted to stick to the original crews. So you think of a death battle, like a battle between those two groups, and you might jump to certain episodes of the show, especially like the episode 100, like alternate ending where all of them die. But that's all in machinima, and it's all really silly looking and goofy, and uses the Halo engine entirely. and we're using fucking Unreal Engine to animate the whole thing. Like, why? But the reason why is because of RVB Zero. There are so many elements as to why this episode exists. And a lot of it is because of RVB Zero. But this is an idea that I've had for a while, even before RVB Zero was conceived. Essentially, we've tossed around ideas of like team battles before, right? Avengers versus Justice League is obviously probably the most popular one. Team battles are complicated as hell. I'm sure we're going to do Avengers Justice League at some point, but holy shit, it's going to be a process. Not just like analyzing every single individual character and all their different powers, but figuring out how that all applies to a fight and like what character does what with other characters, both on their side and against their side. It's very complicated in comparison to just a typical death battle. But we want to do team battles, right? Like that's a thing that has been requested a lot. And I always figured like, an RVB one makes sense. It's a little more straightforward. They all have very similar abilities and whatnot and weapons. It's something that Rooster Teeth is very familiar with, like all of us are very familiar with, because it's kind of why we're here. Unintended, maybe. It just seemed like a no-brainer for me that we would eventually do something like this. And then RVB Zero came along, and the whole idea was it's going to be a brand new story with new characters. And I thought, that's awesome. That's exactly what RVB's needed. But like, people are going to wonder, it might be cool to see the old characters in something too. So why not have a death battle that sort of celebrates them while the new show is exploring these new characters? And, they air together so that everybody gets a little bit of what they want. So it seemed like the perfect time for it, celebrating all the old as we are bringing in the new, which Josh and Noel have been working on very diligently with Torian for a long time. What is going on with RVB Zero, guys? Like, are you excited? The first episode's out. It's so cool.
First episode's out. Yeah. Josh, go ahead. Start, my man.
Well,
I'm cutting you off.
You're our leader, our producer.
All right,
Take it away.
Cool. So, like what's going on? I mean, like we're still in the middle of production. First episode's out. First episode is hype. Please check it out if you haven't. It's on theroosterteeth.com. The show comes out on Mondays, 10 a.m. on theroosterteeth.com. Please tell a friend to please watch this show. We love it. We care about it. We're putting a lot of awesome energy, a lot of hard work into this show, and we hope you really dig it. And so, we're in the middle of production. Torian's working super hard. The team's working super hard, making some amazing stuff. They just keep amazing me every time. Every time I see what they're kicking out, it looks great. So super excited. That's it. Yeah, we're doing this. It's going. Let's go.
It's finally here. You guys have been working on it forever, so it's awesome that it's finally out and people can watch it.
Yeah.
It's finally,
the next 8 weeks are going to be really fun.
And the funny thing is I've watched episode 1 like a million times, because not only do I want to, but I have to. And so, but every time I watch it, it's so damn cool. Like, just kind of, seeing these characters, seeing this brand new world, seeing, again, just like you mentioned, Ben, just bringing in like the Unreal Engine, all this stuff is just really new and really effing cool. And I just said effing because I didn't know if I was supposed to cuss, so I just said effing. So that's safe. That's pretty safe. But it's just every time I watch the episode, I am never bored watching it. And I'm always just so blown away by the little details here and there, things that, I normally would miss, but it just keeps getting, to me, it keeps getting better every time I watch it. So really excited about it. So
it's really nice to know that the thing you've been working on so hard for so long is good. Like when we watch an episode together, we're like, yes, this is good. We've made something that we like. That's really fun.
Here's the fun thing. The fun thing, the conversation I had with Josh, like an actual conversation happened yesterday where, we're like QCing like these episodes, and I was the babysitter for episode 1 and Josh had 2, and I saw the episode 2 again, and again, like I know we like, including Ben, like we all wrote on that stuff. So like I hadn't seen episode 2 in so long, and then I saw it, and then I just had to message Josh and say just like what Josh said. I was like, dude, this this is really good. This is so much fun. Like, and you know, and again, it just kind of keeps coming back. And I know, like, for me and Torian and the rest of the team, we've been working so hard that you kind of get caught into the minutia and the weeds of things. And then when you get a chance to kind of like pull back and see it with like brand new eyes again, you know, I love it. I really hope the audience loves it. You know, please give it a shot. Rock with us for a little bit. See if you like it. I think you're gonna have a really good time. So yes, Red versus Blue 0 out on Mondays, 10 a.m. on the roosterteeth.com website.
I love it's theroosterteeth.com. You keep saying.
Well, one of the things that the Death Battle production and the Death Battle kind of led into with production of Zero is how mocap is being used and how that has evolved. Because I think you guys are using different techniques in the mocap space than has ever really been used in Rooster Teeth before. There's any techniques you'd like to talk about, like things that have sort of evolved in that space?
That sick ass mocap camera.
Yeah, so we have the V cam,
cool.
and like the cool thing is I remember, like, you know, because with my career in Rooster Teeth, I've moved from animation to live action back to animation, and so I just remember always seeing this box with this one thing sticking out of the box, and for the longest time, I was always kind of curious what it was, and now I know what it is. It's the virtual cam, and so yeah, like with Torian's amazing vision, we're using the virtual camera where I get to use a lot of the skills that I've learned being the DP of RT Shorts with the amazing RT Core group, and
I mean, you've also been in film forever.
Exactly,
so.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, you know. You've
been doing this for a little while.
I've dabbled here and there, and I get to use it, you know, into this brand new virtual space. By the way, off the rip, it feels funny. It feels weird. Like, for me, I'm kind of in this space. I see everything, but there's nothing around me. So it took me a moment to get used to. But the cool thing is, like, I can hold the camera and I'm in the space and I can walk around the characters. I can walk around the vehicles and the sets and everything. And then we can Torian can like set it on a loop and we can just keep recording, and I can just kind of figure out my camera moves and record all these different variations, and then just kind of, you know, just pick whichever one we like. And then if I mess up on a certain camera move, I'm just like, hey, go ahead, clean up that little
bump that up, move it.
Where I tripped right there, yeah, just go ahead and smooth that out. Yeah, so super awesome, super innovative, super forgiving, at least on my end, because I'm only a human, I'm only but a man. And but yeah, like I would say the coolest part, and this will be the last thing because I can talk about this for a long time, the coolest part is I could do all these camera moves that I cannot do in real life, obviously. Like, there's plenty of times where I'm like, wonder what it's like if I was like in the sky, and I'll just literally
or like
just
if you could sink through the floor, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll put the camera in the floor and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So like the very first thing that popped into my head before COVID happened was I was like, music video. And so in my head I was like, yo, we got to mocap an entire RVV Zero hip-hop music video. And
There
it's
you
great
go.
because I can zoom in, switch focal lengths. I can do everything that would normally take, you know, a normal person like a whole entire crew to do. But yeah, I could do it all by myself, and it feels like playing a video game at the same time. So I have ascended, I guess, if you will.
There was like one or maybe two times tops where I got to do the virtual camera. I was messing with the camera, and I was the same thing. I was like, ooh, I want to do stuff that I could literally not do in real life. So you know what I'm gonna do? The camera's gonna track the character, and I'm gonna move through this warthog. Camera's gonna go through it. Shot didn't make the show. It's not in there. Torian didn't like it, but I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. I think that speaks to why I only did it once or twice, and then he was like, I think Noel's gonna do it from here
Dude,
on.
Like,
that reminds me though, like there was one part where like Torian yelled at me because he showed me a set, and instead of actually like blocking out my camera moves, in my head, I was like, dude, this feels like a video game. And in that moment, I was like, no, this is pod racing. And I just started flying through the entire scene, like through things, over things. And Torian's just watching me for a solid 20 minutes, just being a jackass, just like flying through stuff. And I was like, oh, my bad. Sorry.
It's too fun.
Too much fun.
oh my god, I love it. Oh, geez, that's so cool. And like this is like basically you have a camera and you're in the mocap space, but you're able to set the camera as if you were up a high or below.
Oh,
and things
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
I could do crane moves, and then the cool thing is because
And
like
you're
it's
just on the
my-
ground while you're just
Yo!
moving around on your feet while this is happening.
Holding a
Absolutely.
pair of sticks basically with a monitor on it.
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, in Core, the camera weighed like 40 pounds. This one literally like 2. It's great. It makes me feel strong. And then like the cool thing, just like what you said, Ben, is like I can do a move where, because like the camera is naturally on my shoulder, it has that handheld feel. I can position the camera to be like super high, like let's say whatever 30 feet in the air. Then I can kind of like crane down and then move into a like handheld shot. So it makes me feel like Roger Deakins. If anyone has seen like his movie, it's 1917. It kind of makes me feel like that. So it makes me feel like my my camera god idol Roger Deakins. If anyone hasn't Googled that name, please do. All your favorite films have been shot by that man.
God. That's where you're like, he's mad with power.
I can do everything. Pod racing is the first thing I go to.
It's just so neat to me because like mocap and just animation in general, typically control over the camera, a lot of that is done more so in post, like after all the animation is done or while it's done, not necessarily during the motion capture itself. And you guys are essentially applying the skills that you've picked up in live action productions and adding it into the actual motion capture production of the show itself, which is very unique for a show like this. I mean, other shows maybe outside of Rooster Teeth do it, but it's not a common practice overall. And I just think it's really neat that you guys are able to take your specific skill sets and apply them in a way to make the best of them. And it all sort of fits together like a really cool, like dope ass puzzle at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it's cool to like, you know, to work on such an amazing like legacy show and to have like this OG, this grandfather of machinima, and then blend it with this brand new, you know, state-of-the-art type technology. So it's like the past and the future collide. It's so cool. So cool.
It's
So
also,
cool.
I love, if for any reason you ever you're starting to get tired of it, I want you to think back to the opposite moment of what this tool is. And it's still my favorite thing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I wish that I had this photo of you as like in my contacts. Like that would be my contact photo for you, Noel. And that is on Hardcore Mini Golf.
Go ahead.
It's so funny. Like I come rolling up on set. I'm like saying hi to everybody. Like, you know, we're like getting in like wardrobe. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go check and see how everything's going. I want you to know that it's raining at this point. It rained
It's
like pretty much the
raining.
whole damn production. And I come up the stairs and I scan around. I look to my right and Noel is standing there with this huge ass red camera on his shoulder, all rigged up, a big ass plastic bag to keep it from getting wet. That's kind of like hitting him in the face or whatever. He's got his hood up. And as I look over him, he turns, makes eye contact with me, and just goes, and then goes right back to it.
That was like the way the day looked, the way everything was just like dreary and just drizzling. That's how I felt in my heart of hearts. I was like, this is the thing. And then it was great because like I could feel Chad, like I could feel his eyes coming towards me and I just wanted to lock in and I was like, I got you. And I was like, oh no. So yeah,
right.
you know, when I have that 2-pound little virtual camera rig, I know I will always think
Just
back
fly.
to that.
And you're all indoors for mocap.
Exactly.
It's like,
Indoors.
I don't have to deal with that now.
I got socks on. I'm having a good time. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's so good. All right. Well, man, only one episode of RVV0 is out at the time of recording this, and it's already looking incredibly cool. I hope everybody watching gives it a chance. I know it might be a little, I guess, intimidating to jump into a show and like not all of the original characters are there. Some of them are there, but like it's a bunch of new characters to get to know and a new story. But like, give it a chance. These guys have been working so hard on it, and it looks so cool. It's
cool.
so cool. It's definitely worth giving a shot. And those air, what was it? Every Monday.
Every
on
Monday.
TheRoosterTeeth.com.
The Rooster Teeth, the World Wide Web .roosterteeth.com.
HTTP.
World Wide Web. All right. Anyway, the Death Battle Red versus Blue, not to be confused with Red versus Blue this season, will be airing this upcoming weekend as well. I guess kind of the same day. It airs on Monday on YouTube. And if you want to get your OG character fix, definitely check that out. We certainly wrote it as if we were sort of like revisiting the like old seasons. Even like when we were recording Bernie for church, he mentioned like this feels like I'm going back to season 1 the way it's written. It's really interesting to see him like sort of like jump back like 18 years in a way, and like revisit like a character from way back when. It was really neat to see. So definitely check it out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I certainly did. And then after this episode, the next one, we can't necessarily announce what the matchup is, but it's a really exciting one that is directed by Josh.
No,
Good Josh. There he is.
I did it. It's my first one, and it's coming. It's great. It's wrapping up. It's looking good. Got a great killer team, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's going to be really, really exciting. You're going to get a lot of me in the next couple. In the next. Oh, can I say? It's okay. I won't say. But this death battle it's got a lot of me. The next one's got a lot of me, and I'll leave it at that. So you're gonna get me for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
not enough. Not enough of Josh. You need more.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. It's been awesome working with Josh and sort of bringing him on as a director for Death Battle. And he's got 2 Death Battles that he's directing this year, and then more next year, which is going to be super cool. And it's been awesome seeing what you've been bringing to the table as a director. And you know, it's still the Death Battle you all know and love, but it's Josh's style of Death Battle, which is really cool. All right. So that was what's going on, I guess. Let's go ahead and jump into the community Death Battle.
Do you like meat? I know I do. Meat's delicious, especially steaks, burgers, and well, anything from the cow I truly love. But I'm also a fan of the chicken, the pig, the turkey, all of them. And there's no better place to get them than Omaha Steaks, because they don't just have steaks. They got a whole range of delicious stuff. And right now you can get a Steakhouse Caliber Grill Pack, an exclusive price for just our listeners. This is a DBC, this is for y'all, okay? So the burger's best sellers includes 8 perfectly aged steaks, 4 ultra juicy burgers, and I mean, they're seriously good burgers. Sides, dessert, total of 16 entrees, right? And if you type in the promo code DBC in the search bar, you can unlock a limited time offer from Omaha Steaks that will add free shipping and 2 pounds of premium ground beef for free to your order. This is rich, intensely flavored beef. Like, seriously, everything they do is really good, so you should definitely check it out, especially when you got this super good offer, because if you go to omahasteaks.com and enter the code DBC in the search bar to get the butcher's best sellers, you get it at 45% off, plus the free shipping and the 2 pounds of ground beef. It's just a super good deal. I mean, it's just a great deal. Go check it out. DBC, Omaha Steaks. It's just a good deal. Go look at it.
All right. So this one was actually, you mentioned music a little bit earlier, like music video. I forgot to bring it up, but I did want to do a quick shout out to Theirwolf Media, Omega Sparks and Swats for the music for RVB Zero. We've also worked on Death Battle for quite some time. Amazing people, awesome at what they do, perfect for the show.
Oh,
yeah. But we also had Brandon Yates on Death Battle Cast last week. Another musician we've worked with for years and years at this point, and he suggested we do for this week's community Death Battle, Jack from Mass Effect, which perfect timing. Right afterwards, they announced that the remaster is coming, versus Lilith from Borderlands. I don't know really anything about, but apparently she's got similar powers. So that's the community Death Battle we have right now, and as always with the community Death Battle, we leave it up to you, the viewers, to let us know who you think should win and why, and then we will bullshit around until we figure out a winner.
Great. I know about nothing for both of these characters, so I'm going to really rely on the community.
Yes, same.
You guys need to play Mass Effect, man.
I know it's one of your favorite games of all time.
Mass Effect 2 is like one of the best games ever made.
Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up the answer for Jack then.
This one comes from Zekron. Jack is considered to be one of the most powerful biotics in the galaxy. Warp tears enemies apart at the molecular level. She shreds Ymir? Sure.
Ymir, yeah.
Ymir mechs and Atlas Max with ease. Jack also punches a massive hole in the prison after being drugged and frozen. Jack pulls this win off. That was fun not knowing anything about that. After being drugged and frozen, punched a hole in a prison wall.
Jack is essentially the Shadow the Hedgehog of Mass Effect. She's like a super weapon. Biotics are characters in the Mass Effect universe who have force powers, I guess is what you could say. They're able to manipulate the world around them. But it's typically done through some characters, some species have it naturally, but then humans have like biotic implants that allow them to do it. It's all like a cybernetic thing. And she's like the most powerful one in the galaxy. So powerful that they had to lock her up and drug her so that she could not wake up and just escape, because she could theoretically just easily escape any sort of prison. She's awesome. But we've also got an answer for Lilith from Borderlands, who apparently is super powerful. So let's go ahead and bring that up.
All right, this one comes from Dementio, the master showman. Lilith takes this. She lit up Elpis, a moon bright enough to be visible across the galaxy, and stopped it from crashing into the planet. She scales to the BL3 Vault Hunters, who killed the True Destroyer, who were told eats stars. BL3 exists to buff the series. Trash game, not gonna lie. Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Excellent pick, I guess, Sam.
Yeah. Just working in. They're gonna end that with some shade, man.
All right. Well,
Trash
I don't know. Can't confirm or deny the last, statement, but that sounds a little bit more than what Jack can do. Jack's not moving planets around.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Planets
It
and
sold
trash
me
game.
on Lilith.
Yeah.
that seems pretty clear cut
What's
to me,
it gonna
honestly.
do?
Which, okay, all right. I'm gonna get super biased here and try to wank Jack so that she can be super powerful and overpower this. No, I can't. She doesn't have anything that can do that.
Punch through a wall, though.
Shit.
Punch through a wall.
She can punch through a wall. She can hold a barrier to block robot bugs for like 5 minutes.
And not a trash game. Not a trash game, apparently.
And not a trash game. Best game. One of the best games ever made.
I'm going with that one.
Though, so I'm just gonna vote for Jack just because I'm super biased.
Wow. Okay.
Perfect.
No, my vote is for Lilith. What do you think, Chad? Who are you voting for?
Lilith.
Really, man, what a shocker, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to. What are we gonna do? I mean, move planets and stuff. Come on.
I'll be the contrarian here. I'm gonna go Jack because it's not a trash game. That's it.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
Perfect.
Cool. Then I'm also on board with Jack, just because I like that game way
Top
too much.
row versus bottom row.
Top row.
Yeah.
versus bottom.
Obviously, we're just playing around, but no, seriously, Jack wins. Come on, guys. No. All right, but as always, it's not up to us. It's up to you all with the polls. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
Ooh,
Look at that.
Nice.
Destruction.
Nice.
Nice.
And this is what we
Nice.
call a death battle we will never do. There was almost no debate and a resounding similarity in the community. So
I mean, unless we're missing something, it's possible we're missing something. Like, okay, Mass Effect does have a bunch of like comics and other stories and whatnot. It's possible Jack has something crazy in one of those that I'm just not aware of. There might be more to it. Community death battles are just sort of like fun moments to sort of just debate, really briefly, or have a conversation online with you guys. Like, it's not necessarily like a super serious analysis of it. So there might be something we're missing, but based on what we have, yeah, it's pretty clear cut.
Nice.
But we might have a matchup in mind that is a lot closer and maybe even crazier. Noel, you have an idea, right?
I do have an idea. I came up with it 13 minutes ago. I think, I don't know, give or take. The next community death battle will be Street Sharks versus Extreme Dinosaurs. Let's go!
There we go.
I am a 90s kid at heart.
Extreme
I have
Dinosaurs!
no idea what they can do. I just know the Street Sharks are terrible for the roads,
Dude.
taxpayers have to pay for all this stuff. Come
Dude,
on.
well, that's the thing is like the we gotta calculate that. What it would take for a shark to just dive through pavement and keep going? Like the strength has got to be and durability has got to be insane.
That's
Whereas
it.
extreme
Swimming through concrete,
dinosaurs
that's incredible.
are like kind of humanized dinosaurs, like anthropomorphic dinosaurs with guns.
But do they carry the same dinosaur type strength with them? I don't know. These are questions for the community. Please.
I mean, they do, because one of the things they do is the Saurian stomp, where they slam it down and it creates like an earthquake. It's been a while, but I love the catchphrase. Let's fossilize them.
Yes, call out for the chat, Lord Terminal. I did see earlier in the chat you had mentioned, I want you guys to do Street Sharks versus Extreme Dinosaurs, and I wrote it down because I was like, Noel has already suggested that before the show.
Yeah.
It's
really
great that
funny.
you called it too.
Fantastic.
I love it. All right, so the next community death battle, thanks to Noel, is going to be Street Sharks versus Extreme Dinosaurs. And you can let us know who you think should win using hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter or answering the poll that will be up later on this week on @DeathBattle at Twitter. You can vote there to let us know who you think should win and why. Thanks, Noel.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is a closer match than Jack versus Lou.
And then
no
a good
shade,
question.
no shade to Brandon though, because like that was an awesome matchup, and I love that he brought up characters from franchises that I don't think we have had on Community Death Battle or Death Battle. We should probably look into that. I mean, I'm a crazy Mass Effect fanboy. We haven't had a Mass Effect character on Death Battle. What the hell is wrong with me?
What I also want to know is, what does the audience prefer? Which catchphrase? Is it Jawsome or let's fossilize them? I just want to know how people feel about
Oh,
it.
the catchphrase.
Secondary poll.
That's it. Just a second.
which
Should
has
that
a
be the
better
main
catchphrase?
poll? Like, is that the main question or is it the secondary question? I think that's the main question, honestly.
That is the main question.
I love it. Yes. So 2 polls. Let us know which
it.
catchphrase you like best as well. That will play a factor in who wins. It has to. It's so important.
Very.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Death Battle Cast. Noel, Josh, thank you guys. And man, again, congrats on
Thank
RPG
you.
Zero.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Please.
Chad,
whatever.
I guess thank you for being here, despite almost dying like 5 minutes before the show started.
It's all good.
Again, if you have not seen the first episode of RVB Zero, it is up, ready to be watched, and the season will be airing an episode on a weekly basis. So it's ready to go. And also Ruby's going on right now. Also, Death Battle we're like a month away from our 10-year birthday.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Happy
a crazy time right now for Rooster
Great
Den
time
and
to be a
Extra
first
Life.
member.
Ooh,
So much
there you
going on.
go.
Yes, if you are not a first member, we got a lot of stuff going on. It might be worth checking out that first membership and seeing what it offers.
Yeah, check out Ruby Volume 8. My character's in the first episode.
Ooh.
He's definitely in the first episode. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. So yeah, go check that out. Also, mark your calendars. Extra Life, November 14th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And let's do what we've been liking to say for this is let's do some good in 2020.
Yes, please.
For the kids.
Yeah. Or that phrase every time though. Usually means
wrap up.
pain is coming.
Well, pain, but we've already had plenty of pain in 2020, right? So like you're numb to it by now. So let's go
Definitely
ahead
wasn't
and-
numb to it this morning.
Oh.
That's all good.
All right. Thank you all for
sit back.
watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.